You might be confused about why the table of precedence even matters for UPSC preparation and civic understanding. By the end of this video, you will be completely clear about what the table of precedence is and how to remember its key rules. This explanation is aimed at a beginner level with simple visuals you can picture in your mind. Think of the table of precedence as a ceremonial seating chart for the Republic of India, used to decide who is introduced first, who sits where, and who leads processions. It does not change constitutional powers. It simply orders office holders for protocol at official events. At the very top is rank 1, the President of India, followed by rank 2, the Vice President, and rank 3, the Prime Minister of India. A helpful image is a stage with 3 seats in the center: President, Vice President, Prime Minister, arranged by precedence. Rank 4 covers governors when they are acting inside their own states. And that spatial detail is important, so remember the phrase within their state. Rank 5 lists former presidents, and there is a special rank 5A for the Deputy Prime Minister when that post exists. Rank 6 groups the Chief Justice of India and the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, both central to law and legislature. Rank 7 is a larger cluster and includes cabinet ministers of the Union, chief ministers of states within their states, and some other senior figures like former prime ministers and leaders of opposition. Notice how rank 7 mixes central and state leaders depending on location, which can feel confusing at first. There is a rank 7A reserved for holders of the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor, and they slot into protocol at that place. Rank 8 typically includes ambassadors extraordinary and plenipotentiary and high commissioners accredited to India, and some state officials when outside their states. Diplomats have a clear place so that foreign protocol is respected at state functions. Moving on, rank 9 includes judges of the Supreme Court, and rank 9A holds the Chief Election Commissioner and the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. These rankings reflect the dignity of independent constitutional offices rather than executive command. Rank 10 through rank 13 and beyond continue to list deputy chairs, deputies of assemblies, attorneys general, and the cabinet secretary, following a practical logic of seniority and constitutional role. For UPSC aspirants, it helps to visualize these blocks rather than memorize each line item one by one. Try grouping by function: the ceremonial head, the executive, the judiciary, the legislature, and diplomatic corps, and attach rank ranges to each group. An especially useful rule to remember is the within versus outside distinction. Many offices move up or down the list depending on whether they are inside their own jurisdiction. For example, a chief minister ranks higher within their own state than outside it, and governors swap positions similarly. This is a precise exam trap. Don't confuse precedence with constitutional hierarchy or succession, because precedence is about protocol only. Rank listings also include military and administrative officers at various points. For example, chiefs of staff and secretaries to the Government of India appear in the mid to late ranks. Some complex entries list multiple officials in one rank with sub-items, so focus on the most tested names like President, Vice President, Prime Minister, Chief Justice, Speaker, Governors, and Chief Ministers. A short visual trick is to imagine concentric circles: the President in the center, then Vice President and Prime Minister nearby, then constitutional functionaries, then ministers and state leaders, and finally, diplomats and service chiefs. Another way to remember is a classroom metaphor. Imagine a school assembly with principal first, vice principal second, head boy or head girl next, then teachers and guests. The table is also practical. It decides procession order, the sequence of addresses, seating at national ceremonies and state banquets, and ceremonial introductions. So when a list of dignitaries is read out or a photograph is taken, The table of precedence quietly decides the final order. Many UPSC prelims questions test basic placement or the rule about within and outside jurisdiction, while mains answers sometimes use precedence to illustrate protocol versus power. A common mistake to avoid in exams is treating precedence as evidence of power. For instance, a governor's rank in their state does not give them extra constitutional authority beyond their ordinary powers. Another common question angle is identifying which office holds a particular rank number. So focus on the top 10 and the notable special slots like 7A and 9A. And towards the end, we will understand a key idea that most UPSC aspirants miss. That key idea is simple but vital. Precedence orders ceremonial respect, not legal authority or succession. And location matters for many entries. If you keep that idea in mind, many apparent contradictions in the list become easy to resolve. Let me give you two quick memory anchors you can use in revision. For top 3 are President, Vice President, Prime Minister. Imagine 3 flags on a podium to lock that in. Second anchor. Remember, within their state elevates governors and chief ministers. So link each to the map of India in your mind. When answering an exam question, state the protocol purpose of the table of precedence first, and then give the rank examples to show clarity. If a question asks for comparison, bring in the within versus outside rule and the idea that precedence is separate from constitutional power. Before I wrap up, a brief recap to fix the essentials in your head. The table of precedence is a ceremonial ranking used in official protocol, not a ladder of power. Top ranks are President, Vice President, Prime Minister, and then Governor within their state, with Chief Justice and Speaker high on the list. Diplomats and judges have their own fixed positions, and there are special slots like Bharat Ratna at 7A and CAG at 9A. Always mind the within versus outside distinction and remember the key exam trap about authority versus ceremony. You've made it this far, and that means you can convert this into crisp notes for quick revision. If you want visual charts, sample MCQs, or a one-page cheat sheet that aligns with this explanation, EduRev has focused UPSC resources that drill these exact points. Keep practicing quick recall using the 2 anchors and test yourself with a few mock questions every few days. Good luck, stay curious, and keep revising. And we'll see you on the next EduRev lesson for another crisp, exam-focused concept.